Hi everybody, I'm Jerry the King Lawler, and everybody knows that I'm a Cleveland fan. But if you want to talk baseball, you got to listen to One Cardinal, One Cub, and One Beer with Vince and JJ.
Welcome to One Cardinal, One Cup, and One Beer. This is our August 5th show, also known as the post-trade deadline show, which has really made me angry.
It's hot.
As you can see, I'm not wearing baseball stuff. I want to go to a beach. I want to go to a beach with my favorite person, Bing Bong, who is all over my shirt.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes, and his best friend, Tuffy. There's Tuffy.
Oh, there he is.
So
Yeah.
I got Bing Bong and Tuffy on my shirts. I want to forget about baseball for a while, but I can't because I do this. Yes. Before we get going, those of you who are watching us on YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe so you can get our information as soon as we post it. Please like us on Facebook. I promise, not if this is the first time we're watching this, I'm not always this angry. I'm seldom this angry, but I am angry. So follow us, like us on Facebook. Make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube. If you'd like to contact us, you can leave us a comment somewhere on one of our platforms. You can direct message us on one of our platforms, or you can do the old-fashioned thing, email one card, one cup, one beer at gmail.com. You can support our efforts through Patreon. You go to patreon.com and you just need to search One Cardinal, One Cup, and One Beer. And for as little as $3 a month, you can support our efforts. And that way I can buy better clothes than this, I guess, you know. So, JJ, how are you doing?
Vince, baseball wise, not what I thought, but as personally, doing all right. I love coming together with everybody. This is the week, and we talk, and people send me messages, and I talk to people out in town. And the first person I want to address is our good friend Dennis Rose, who watches faithfully every week, sends me little messages. He always brags on you. He always says, "Oh, Vince had great cards. I like what he said about this." I said, "Hey, what about me?" He never says much about me. But I was over at his house, and this is the second week. Wait a minute, it's over here. The football Cardinal helmet light is right there. And I was over at his house, and he gave me these football Cardinal glasses. Remember
Awesome.
these? Yeah.
Yes.
And then he also, and it's got the NFL logo on the back. And he also gave me the taller drinking glass too. So there they both are. And I want to thank Dennis. He said, "JJ, I want you to have these." So I was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate it." He loves the show, and he's never missed one. He's been with us for all 142. So that's pretty cool. So Dennis, I did a little salute right there, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you. The other thing is I saw the Naked Gun Saturday. Me and Faith went out. We saw Naked Gun. It was it was all right. It was my son loved it. I thought that's all right, but I enjoyed it. You'll have a good time. I don't want to ruin the movie. There's a lot of gags, the typical Naked Gun gags, but there are two wrestlers, or as the northern people say, wrestlers. There's two wrestlers in the movie, and I'm going to give you a little trivia. And I didn't know this until I heard it this week. There is one actor or celebrity who is in all four that's not a major character. You had Leslie Nielsen and his sidekick and O.J. Simpson and those, and I think for Priscilla Presley in the first three. Now you got a new crew of people, but there's one person in all four. Would you take a guess at maybe who that was that's in all four?
That's a celebrity.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hint. He's a great. I think he's a great guy, and he sings.
I have no idea.
Plays the accordion.
Weird Al.
Weird Al is in all four. So he makes an appearance in the middle and at the end, and stay for the credits because there's a little Weird Al scene at the end. So if you go see it, because we talked about this last week, would you go see that movie? And I said, yeah, I'll go see it. And we had a good time, and it made me laugh. And there's some twists and turns, and I laughed out loud, I think about 3 times. But I had a really good time watching it. It's kind of a throwback to the old days and that crazy sense of humor and all that, you know. But I recommend it. And Vince, I had a song that I completely forgot about. And I like Chicago back in the early days when Terry Kath was the guitar player. They rocked a little more. Terry Kath passed away, and it sort of became the Peter Cetera band after that. And Cetera's great, but it was ballads. But he had a solo career, which was mostly ballads, but he had one kind of rocking song. You remember Peter Cetera's song "Living in the Limelight"? It kind of rocks.
No.
Well, it was a solo, and give that a listen to. KC plays KC Classics. I had to take Brody up to St. Louis early Sunday morning, and I was listening to KC, and I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot about this song." So, homework assignment for everybody: go listen to Peter Cetera, "Living in the Limelight," and that song's pretty darn good. I like his ballads too, but that's a real good song. So that's it for me for the week. Learned a song I forgot. My wife, I played it for her and I said, "Who's the singer?" And she didn't know. I said, "That's Peter Cetera." And she goes, "Oh my God, I would have never thought." So heard a song, saw a movie, got to see Weird Al Yankovic in it. And one of our loyal listeners gave me some stuff. So that was pretty good. That's a good week right there.
Nice, nice. I've been in this kick where I've been watching these 70s TV movies that were horror movies. And there's one called The Screaming Woman with Olivia de Havilland that's really good. And I like these movies because there can be terror and there can be suspense without there being a lot of blood, guts, swearing, sex,
Yes.
drug usage, and all that other stuff. Uh, there's another one called Bad Ronald that I've watched recently, and it's about this guy who's kind of hiding from authorities, and he's like a teenage guy, and his mom lives in the house, but she has built like secret rooms in the walls. And then mom dies and another family moves in, and he's still living in the walls, and he becomes infatuated with one of the girls in the house. Really creepy stuff. But
Yeah.
yesterday I watched one called All the Kind Strangers. It's got Stacy Keach. It's got a very young Robbie Benson, a very young John Savage, and I don't remember who plays the female lead, but she in the 60s was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, but I don't remember her name. So yesterday I watched that, and what I like about these, the commercials are not on them. So, you know, you can find them streaming and they take like an hour and 15 minutes to watch.
Like that.
But it makes you remember all those good horror films I watched as a kid that I would watch actually on TV as one of the movies of the week. Pretty cool stuff. But
Yeah.
we're not here to talk about that. But I do want to say this. Uh, Friday, I turned 59.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I just want to point out a few of the gifts that I got that are pretty cool. Tabitha and Mondo got me this starting lineup Mickey Mantle.
Mickey, I love it.
This is from 1997. And there's the back of it, you know, it's got other players like there's Brian Jordan sliding and Devon White center field. But this is from the Cooperstown collection of the starting lineup, Mickey Mantle. It's in great shape. It has been kept out of the sunlight, so it's not faded. The plastic's not faded. I've got some other starting lineups. I got the 88 World Series starting lineup, and I actually got a Kevin Brown. But those you could tell were kept in more of the sunlight because there's some brown tint to the plastic, and the colors faded a little bit. This looks like it just came off the shelf.
It does. Very nice.
And the quirkiest gift I got from Evelyn. Her friend had a relative pass away, and they were going through the house to separate stuff for the estate sale. Before they had the sale, Evelyn's friend Vivian said, "Hey, you want to come over and see if there's anything that you want?" And I'm a history buff. I love history, and this kind of thing is right up my alley. She found this in the house. This is
Oh,
Vote for
Jimmy Carter.
President Carter and Keep America Clean. It's a bar of soap that they gave away at the Democratic National Convention in 1980 as he was running against Reagan.
Yeah,
Uh, it's never been opened, and there's the back, the big 80s, the
I
time in
love
the
it.
we had the convention, yeah. And I'm not getting into partisan politics here. If it would have been so with Reagan, I'd been just as thrilled. Or John Anderson, I think he ran as an independent that year.
He sure did.
Just think this is so cool.
I
And
never knew that existed.
I didn't either. Now, years ago, when I worked at the pest control company, we had a business next to us in this strip mall that were closing their doors and they were throwing things away. And we had this technician that was into dumpster diving. And so he's showing us stuff that he got from the dumpster. Some of it was really cool. Some of it was like CDs, and stuff like that
Oh,
of 80s rock, it's pretty cool, But he said, I got these matchbooks and the presidential logo was on it, Air Force One, Gerald Ford. These were matchbooks that came from Air Force One when Gerald Ford was president.
darn.
I said, "What are you going to do with them?" He said, "I'm going to light my cigarettes with them." I said, "Oh, no, you're not."
Give me one.
So he gave them to me, and then I I just lost them. I'm sure it was when I went through my divorce. Sometimes things like matchbooks from Air Force One gets left behind somehow. But I wish I still had them. But this is really cool.
That is great. I love
I
it.
I will make sure Kathy never divorces me, so I won't lose it.
That's right.
That's right. So,
Or don't open it to work. Ah, it's the Jimmy Carter soap.
JJ, I'm going to go through the trades, and some of them were so minor we don't know these people, so I'm not going to go through them. But there was a lot of action at the trade deadline, and I'm if something jumps out at you, make a comment on it.
Sure.
Say, hey, I like that trade, or that was stupid, or who's that guy, or whatever. And a lot of these are just going to be for prospects, so I'm not going to say for prospects. I'm just going to say Cleveland traded Joe Carter, to
Right.
the uh, Whirling Dervishes. I don't know. Uh, but I'm going to start with Pittsburgh traded Brian Hayes to Cincinnati for Taylor Rogers. And I will get back to Taylor Rogers later on. And Brian Hayes, really, his bat is not near his glove, but his glove is,
Top notch.
yeah, gold glove rated. So Cincinnati, they did really boost themselves defensively with this trade. So I like that for Cincinnati. The Twins were very active. They traded, I think, 38% of their team.
Yes, they
And
did.
yeah, the first one that came across the board was that they traded relief pitcher Johan Duran to Philadelphia for a pitching prospect who is one of the top prospects in baseball,
Oh,
Mick Abel, who has pitched a little bit with Philly this year. Has had kind of mixed results, hasn't found his footing, so he's kind of made a few starts and went back down, made another start, went back down. But the Twins are obviously going for the future here with the pitching prospect. And obviously, the Phillies are all in to pick up some more help in the bullpen. The White Sox traded Austin Slater, right fielder, to the Yankees. The Giants traded pitcher Tyler Rogers to the Mets for pitcher Jose Buto. So both teams are trying to improve. That was kind of I could see that even trade. Andrew Chafin, former Cub. I love the guy, left-handed pitcher. He goes from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to Washington for left-handed pitcher Jake Elder. These teams are not going anywhere, although the Angels have surprise people this year.
Yeah.
But I think this is Washington trying to move something, and I don't think that Andrew Chafin's in their long-term plans. But hey, we think Jake Elder needs a change of scenery, so that trade happened. I love this trade. The Rays traded Zach Littell, who is pitching tonight against the Cubs, to Cincinnati. So Cincinnati gets a starting pitcher. And I want to tell you, Cincinnati's starting pitching was good before this trade.
Yes.
And they're just getting better. And it's a little scary with Cincinnati's scaring me now. Minnesota, like I said, 38% of their team is gone. They traded their first baseman, Ty France, to Toronto. So Toronto's getting some help, probably play a little first base, do a little DHing, pinch hitting. So that's benefits. Toronto also picked up Shane Bieber from Cleveland. Shane Bieber, who, I mean, he's fresh off his recovery from Tommy John surgery. I think he's only pitched 1 or 2 games for Cleveland. And then they shipped him off to Toronto. So Toronto, it's a bit of a gamble, but they gave up some prospects to Shane Bieber. And Cleveland's falling apart. I mean, 2 of their pitchers are out with gambling scandals. Cleveland's a mess. Mason, who's managing Cleveland? I want to say Frank Conabe's with the Reds.
Yeah, and I hear they even took away their locker. Or you sent me that email. Their lockers don't even exist now. They took everything out of their lockers.
Yeah, it's a bad situation in Cleveland. Arizona, as I predicted, traded Merrill Kelly to Texas. JJ's team. JJ, your team is all in. Merrill Kelly goes to Texas.
Don't count them out. They're not right now. They wouldn't be in the playoffs, but they're right on that.
Yeah, they're all in. They're going.
And 2 months to go. It's possible.
The Twins traded Danny Columbi. I cannot pronounce his name. To Texas, so they got more pitching help, and I'll get into that soon. The White Sox traded Adrian Hauser, starting pitcher, to the Rays. The Twins traded pitcher Griffin Jacks to the Rays for pitcher Taj Bradley. Arizona trades Eugenio Suarez to whom? The Cubs. No. Traded him to Seattle. Good pickup for Seattle. They're trying to make a playoff run. Suarez is a rental. He's going to be a free agent after the year. He's had one heck of a year so far, and I think this is a good pickup for Seattle.
I do too. He was there before, and he was okay, but not like this year. This year, something changed. He's on fire this year.
Well, Arizona is one of the top 3 hitters parks. Seattle's one of the bottom 3 hitters parks. So
that could do
it. I'm kind of wondering, is he going to sustain there? We'll see. The Padres were also busy, and I love this trade. They got Ryan O'Hearn, first baseman designated hitter, who's having a heck of a year, and right fielder Ramon Larangio from Baltimore. So they got 2 quality players for prospects. Padres also traded with the A's some prospects to get starting pitcher J.P. Sears and relief specialist Mason Miller. And Mason Miller wants to be a starting pitcher. Mason Miller has been a starting pitcher all of his life until, was it last year when he finally went to the bullpen? They did that because it saved his arm.
Yeah.
So they got a major league starting pitcher and a heck of an addition to that relief corps. And the Padres weren't finished. They got catcher Freddie Freeman from Kansas City and immediately DFA'd Martin Maldonado. And then they got Nestor Cortez from the Brewers. Nestor has not pitch. He's had some injury issues and stuff like that. But the Padres went in and they were very active, and I think they have bettered their team. Now, will these prospects turn out to be legitimate major league players? Who knows? Will maybe one or two of them be stars? Who knows? There's always a gamble, but they're in it to win it this year. The Phillies picked up Harrison Bader from the Twins, and the Mets or the Yankees picked up David Bednar from the Pirates. Bednar has pitched better once the warm weather hit, so that's going to be a help to the Yankees. The Mets picked up Cedric Mullins from Baltimore. I love that trade. Cedric Mullins, great center fielder, not much of an arm, but he also has a wonderful bat. A few years ago, we were thinking James Outman is going to be the next great Dodger. Well, now he may be the next big Twin, but they traded him to the Twins for right-handed pitcher Brock Stewart. This one rankled me. This was a trade that the Cubs could have easily made. The Brewers traded for Shelby Miller. Shelby Miller's having a heck of a year.
Yes, he is.
Throwing great out of the bullpen, and he's pitching in that easy ballpark to hit in Arizona. So he's going to be a big addition to the Brewers. And on top of that, they got Jordan Montgomery, who is out this year, but now they have control over him.
Yeah.
So if he bounces back, it was kind of like a throw-in. This one kind of surprised me. The Giants, who were not out of it, they traded Mike Yastrzemski, and I kind of think of him as like the heart and the soul of that team.
Yeah, me too.
So I think that's a good pickup for the Royals. What may be the biggest trade, the Twins sent Carlos Correa back to Houston, and he's playing third base now. And I watched some of that game yesterday, the first couple of innings of that yesterday, just to see how he looked at third. And I don't think he got any chances. So I don't know how he looks at third.
Okay.
Uniform looked good on him. He stood at third base. So, and if he does have some issues with that ankle, third base is probably a better position for him to be at than a little less active than shortstop. So Houston added a big weapon there. They also got another big weapon. The Miami sends left fielder Jesus Sanchez, who may be one of the best players that nobody's ever heard of, to Houston. Sanchez been a under the radar player for the Marlins for years now, and he's done nothing but produce. And now he's going to Houston, where people actually come to the ballpark and they expect to win. So this may be a big thing for him. Detroit, they got Kyle Finnegan from the Nationals to bolster their bullpen.
Good pickup.
The Tigers picked up Charlie Morton, who has been on fire since.
Oh, really? I didn't know he was. I knew. Oh, okay.
They got him from Baltimore for prospects. Cincinnati, they picked up Miguel Andujar from the Athletics. Andujar, who can play a lot of different positions. None of them great, but he can play a lot of different positions. But he's got like a 294 batting average. I mean, he's a hitter. So that's going to help their offense. And the Dodgers sent Dustin May to Boston because the Dodgers suddenly don't like long-haired gingers. I don't know why they did that. So any surprises? What teams do you think did good? Anything?
Vince, I've got good and bad. The good. Well, the good. I am sick. I did not want the Dodgers back in the World Series or the Yankees. I liked it last year. That was fun, but I don't want this big dominance and everything. And there are like 7 super teams now that I'm not putting other teams down, but these teams were already good, and now they're just above just on paper. They're just, unless they got injuries or anything, look out. And first thing that popped in my head was the San Diego Padres. Now the Cardinals played the Padres, and Vince, that lineup is 7 players deep of very good hitters. Their starters are they've got very good starters, but their bullpen, they already had 3 guys in the All-Star game. Then you add that Morris kid from Oakland or Sacramento. My gosh, I we got one game from them, and I thought that was a mirage. How did we beat them guys one game us? So we tiptoed out of town losing that series. But my God, I'm telling you, Vince, that Padre team took the Dodgers to the limit last year. They look fantastic. And Tatis, I think he's one of the top three guys for the MVP this year. I think PCA, Tatis, and well, Otani, he's always up there for that. But that team is loaded. Good Lord. I hope we don't see them anymore this year because it's fun to watch them, but it's just nail biting to play them.
You you talked about last week how you thought you Darvish was finished.
I,
Um,
he had a real bad game against us. I was like, that, and his record wasn't good, and the ERA was up, but he came back. Did he not come back and have a
yeah,
real good game?
so I wanted to watch him because he used to be a Cub. So I watched him pitch, I think against Marlins, and he had like 7 dominant shutout innings. I thought it looks pretty good to me.
Well, maybe he's put it together, but he doesn't pitch like he used to. He's more of an off-speed guy. That happens to a lot of guys. They used to be flamethrowers, and now they have to pitch. You got to change speeds and everything. But against the Cardinals, I don't know, maybe it was too hot of a night, St. Louis, but his record wasn't that good. But they got him under contract, and I tell you what, he's a smart pitcher. He's got these veterans have been around forever. They know how to pitch. If you play 10 years in the league, you've got to be pretty good. But up to that point, he hadn't been very good. But you're right. I was wrong on that. He came back and had a real good game. The Dodgers, we knew they were going to be. They're just, yeah, you spend $1 billion, you better have a pretty decent team. The Phillies, though, Vince, the Phillies are a team. Their fans love them. They come so close. It's like an opera. They always have a good team. I can't think of the last time they had a bad team. And they've loaded with superstars, players you want to watch, and they just don't quite get to the finish line. But this could be the year. They got good starting pitching. They helped out their bullpen and their starters. Tell you what, Schwarber, usually a DH don't win unless it's Otani, doesn't win the MVP, but Schwarber just hit his 40th home run. And I'm telling you what, that team is loaded. So that's going to be fun. The playoffs are going to be fun. And then the New York Mets, they got a great bullpen and some good starters. And that lineup, you got 3 studs right there. So I'm excited. Those 4 teams, I don't know that there's a few teams in the American League that could give them a run. Of course, the Tigers, Seattle, and Toronto. And I think they increased their odds. They're really good teams that made themselves better. And then, and not saying anything against Milwaukee or Chicago, because I know I'm going to get you revved up, but very good teams, but it's just, they didn't do much there at the trading deadline. And to go against teams like that, I say you guys, the Cubs, they could beat any of those teams. But on paper, it's just going to be things just have to go right. And because those teams are just so, in a 7-game series or a 5-game series, that's just going to be tough beating those 4 teams. So, I don't know. And you never know. Some of these teams that traded players, did they have a prospect coming up and they needed a spot for them? Were they about to get big money and couldn't re-sign them? Did the other team just wow them with these prospects that they've had their eyes on? So you never know. And I know the Cardinal fans are like, that's all we got. But for the Cardinals, they were 3 to 4 players we weren't keeping. Their contracts were coming up. I'm glad we got something for them. The only other thing you could do is give them a tender offer, and if somebody took them, you could get an extra draft pick. I don't even know if they still do that, but that's how it used to be. But I'm okay with everybody they traded, and I know there was a deal for Arenado to go to the Angels, but he didn't want to go to the Angels. So Arenado's still here, and I love him. But Bernie Miklasz told this story this week on one of his podcasts that Earl Weaver had to go up to Brooks Robinson at the end of his career and say, Brooks, I'm not playing yet. I want to give my chance. My job is to give my team the best chance to win, and I'm not playing you. And he said and years later, he's in the Hall of Fame, and he said, that's the worst feeling I ever had to tell Mr. Brooks Robinson, you're not good enough to play anymore. And, but my job is to make the team the best they can. And I really, truly believe the Cardinals are better with Arenado having, being an extra player. Maybe, his defense is still very good, not what it used to be, but he just doesn't hit anymore, Vince. And it's sad, but maybe next year he'll find that fountain of youth, but right now I don't see it. So That's kind of my take on all of that. It's going to be exciting, and I know the Cub fans and Brewer fans are probably disappointed. Although the Brewers make moves, seems like in the long run to better their team for the long run, you know. So anyway,
Yeah, I don't think the Brewers are disappointed. They're the best team in baseball now.
they're
They
hot.
are. Um, we can quit saying smoke and mirrors. We're 105 games into the season.
You're
That's a damn
right.
good team there,
That is.
and their pitching is outstanding. Their starters, they can go six deep with their staff, and they've got the arms in the bullpen to hold it down. I've watched a lot of the Brewers this year. They're good. They're not flashy, but man, they are good. And they put Mizrowski on the IL. I doubt there's anything wrong with them, except they're trying to limit his innings. And he will be back for that Cub series. Mark my word, he'll be back for that Cub series when they have five in Wrigley in 4 days. They're
Oh,
either going to put it away then, or we're going to climb back in it then. I climb back in it. We're starting the day 3 games out,
yeah.
but it feels like about 6 games out with the way the Brewers are playing. So,
I wonder if they were going to pick up somebody, who would you, their team? I mean, everybody's vital to their success. They got enough starters. Your bullpen's pretty really good, and then the players. You're right. I don't know who you would exchange for anybody unless it was just a superstar player or something. I
yeah.
don't know. So yeah, they're you're right. They're set right now.
So what's going on with the Cardinals?
Well, I got a few little things for you, Vince. Just little things. Just little things. I got a stat. Now, this I discovered this week, but it's a neat stat for trivia contest and for people out there that may not have known this. So I call this strange stat of the week. All right, before let's see, what year was that? Before in 1939 and before, there were 7 players that hit 2 inside the Parkers in the same game. Since 1939, it's only happened twice. All right. One was 1972. One of our favorite players, Mr. Dick Allen, hit, and if he was playing for the White Sox at the time, he hit 2 infield grand slams on July 31st, and the pitcher for the Twins was Bert Blyleven. So he hit 2 inside the Parkers against a Hall of Famer. 2 Hall of Famers going at it there. The only other time it's happened since 1939, it happened in 1986. Same 2 teams. It was the Twin and the White Sox. But this time, a Twin hit 2 inside the Parkers. And Vince, if I gave you a million guesses, you probably wouldn't get this guy, but you know him. Greg Gagne hit 2 inside the Parkers. And now here's the strange thing about the stat. The winning pitcher for the Twins that day was Bert Blyleven. So Bert Blyleven, I love that piece of history where, who would have thought Bert Blyleven, he was the recipient of somebody else get 2 grand slams in the same game. That's just a crazy stat. They had that big game down in Bristol, Tennessee at the race car track. Did you get to see that at all?
I did not get to see that.
Well, they only scheduled 1 game, and that's a shame because they went to all this trouble on the infield of that racetrack to build a nice field. I don't know I think the dimensions was compatible with, I mean, it's got to be compatible, but with the way the ballpark looked, the stadium, it looked small just in comparison to the big place. Anytime somebody hit a home run, they had a home run car go flying around the track with home run flag. It says home run on it. That was cool. Each team wore unique uniforms. There was, let's see, the largest crowd ever, and I wrote this down. The previous record for the biggest crowd at a major league game was in Cleveland, and it was the Cleveland Indians at the time versus New York Yankees, 84,587. And at this ball game, they had 91,032 fans, paid fans at that ballpark. That's pretty cool. I'm glad they did this, but the problem was there was like an hour rain delay. They played an inning, and then they called the game, and they had to play the next day. And that's sad. I wish they would have had 2 games scheduled there, and the fans would have got a double hitter the next day. I like how Major League Baseball is doing this. They've had the games in Alabama, They've had the games. I'm trying to think of these special games. The Field of Dreams games. I love that. I'd like to see them do two though. And since you took the trouble and the teams went down there, play a couple of games down there or wherever you're going to play. I know they played in other countries. The Cubs and the Cardinals played in London. So I guess this is going to continue, and I have no idea what baseball is going to do next. But so far, it's been pretty fun. I don't know what. Do you have any idea? What's a good idea where they should be playing? Where's the spot, Vince? Do you have any ideas or?
Oh, gosh. I'd like to see. I think it'd be cool to play a game in Hawaii.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Do they
Yeah,
still have a minor league team in Hawaii?
I believe that. Well, I know they got college because Colton Wong played for them, but I don't know if they have a minor league team over there.
I know
The Padres used to have a minor league team in Hawaii, but I don't know if they still do.
in Jim Bouton's book, Ball Four, the Pilots, their AAA team was in Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah.
He probably had a wild time down there.
Oh yeah, it's in the book. Yeah, fun.
I'll have to read that. And I want to congratulate the Chicago Cubs because I think it's 2027. Wrigley Field will be hosting the All-Star game.
Yes,
What?
we will.
All the stars in Wrigley Field with the Ivy at its maximum fullness. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And if I was a kid, I'd be out there in the street chasing home run balls around out there on Waverland Avenue or whatever it is. That'd be pretty darn cool. Let's see. Oh, the White Sox won their 42nd game. They have already won more games than they won last year as the worst team in modern day history. So the White Sox, and they say at this pace, they will probably win 61 games. That's still 100 losses, but Vince, that's 20 games better than last year. So they're moving in the right direction. Thought
Well,
I'd
as
say
you
that.
say in Arkansas, they love the Lord.
They love the Lord. Yeah, that's what you always say that when, well, what can you say? And let's see. Oh, Pete Alonso hit his 251st home run. And I think Alonso doesn't get enough credit. He's a very good player, a great power hitter, but he's one away from catching Darryl Strawberry, who we all as kid, well, we were young adults at the time, but Strawberry was just one of those guys like, good night. And there was so much potential there. But for the Cubs, he only hit 252 or for the Mets, excuse me, only hit 252 home runs. So I just wanted to bring that to the fact that, we're seeing something special here. Pete Alonso's a great power hitter. And that's it for all my regular news, Vince.
Okay.
Oh, you ready for Cardinal news?
Yeah, let's do the Cardinal news.
Okay, because I know you got some Cubs stuff to talk about. I won't be too long with this, but basically at the deadline, the Cardinals made some moves. We got, and I mentioned it a while ago, the Cardinals got rid of Betty. I got all the names here. Phil Maton, he's going to Texas, and we got a couple young prospects. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Ryan Helsley, Phil Maton, Steven Matz, and then Fetty also we sent to Atlanta. I think the first game he went there was terrible. Maton was the only guy the Cardinals picked up in the offseason, and he did a very good job. And I thought our bullpen and our defense were the strengths of our team this year. And Maton, I wish him all the luck in the world. He was didn't cause any problems, went out, busted his butt for us. And we have a left-handed pitcher, Mason Molina. So we got Molina on the team, and a right-handed pitcher, Skylar Hale. And they're the Rangers' 27th and 28th prospects. Who knows? We may never hear of these guys again, or one day they'll be in the starting lineup or something like that. And we got $250,000 for the international signing pool. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but we got some money to spend on some, young players from other foreign lands. And so anyway, and this was the fourth time Maton has played 9 years, and it's the fourth time at the trade deadline he's been traded. So that family's used to moving.
Yeah.
You always say you lose players, you fall in love with them, you root for them, and then they go to another team. But then there's a new player that comes up. It's just sort of like the Bud life of the game. But Steven Matz, whose contract, he was signed a 4-year deal, and he's always was injured. But when he pitched, he usually did very well. And this year was probably the best year he had with us. had a healthy year, and he pitched out of the bullpen and some starts, but he was traded to the Boston Red Sox, and we got a slugger named Blaze Jordan. I like that name. It looks good on the back of a jersey. Blaze Jordan was known at 13 years old. He won like every home run competition he was in. I didn't know they had home run, maybe pitch, pass, pitch and throw and steal or run or punt or whatever. But he was he was like a superstar when he was 13 years old. And he might be the next Matt Adams, something like that. He's a first baseman DH. Seems like we got a lot of those kind of players, but they just say in batting practice, he is hitting in the second deck. During the game, he's hitting the warning track. So maybe things will change as he gets a little older. He's a very young player. Ryan Helsley, we kind of knew. And I tell you what, Helsley was not pitching. We kind of hid him. We only used him sparingly. He still could reach 102, sometimes 103. Just still throws hard, but his fastball, he was grooving it a lot. His off speed is his best pitches, but he went to the Mets, and we got two prospects for him. And the shortstop, Jesus Baez, some people said was like, in the top 10 young prospects, a very slick fielder who can hit. And then we got pitchers Nate Home and Frank Lestant, and they have some, maybe they'll do something one day. But so we got 6 minor league players with, right now the Cardinals. So now Baez is our 6th best prospect in their minors. Deom is 15, Jordan is 18th, and Mason Molina is our 26th prospect in the Cardinals organization. So we're replenishing our minors, seeing what these kids can do. Right now, our top 5 prospects is JJ Weatherholt. And by the way, he's went to Memphis and he's lighting that place on fire. I see him coming up by the end of the year. We have nothing to lose. Put him out there. Let's see this kid play. He seems really.
We are going to Memphis in 2 weeks, so we'll be seeing him play.
He ran from me. I went to Springfield and he went to Memphis. So yeah,
I saw him at Springfield earlier, so I'm stalking him.
I'm going to invest in his cards. I'm going to give me some Weatherholt cards as they come out. Number 2 is Quinn Matthews, the left-handed pitcher. I'm excited. He's this year hasn't been as good as the past. He seemed to got up to Memphis and kind of leveled off a little bit, but that happens. Let this kid get it. But I see him coming up and being a part of the team too, sooner than later. And Vince, our 3, 4, and 5 prospects are all catchers. So, we already got technically 4 catchers on our roster right now. So during this winter, we're going to have Chaim Bloom in charge. Package some of these players. We've got a lot of outfielders, a lot of catchers, not enough pitching. We can always use bullpen. And I'm excited about Wynn and Donovan. And Jordan is hitting much better of late since the All-Star break. He's been hitting much, much better. And he's not chasing as much as he did. So I'm excited. He's kind of making the right prospect. He's moving up. And I just power. That's the only thing right now. And he's getting better defensively. Victor Scott stealing bases, I think he's much better than he was last year. So let's just see what happens. And Chaim Bloom has been known for making he's savvy with prospects, and he's up in Boston did a real good job with a lot of them. He's known for trading Mookie Betts, but the ownership pretty much said trade Mookie Betts. So what are you going to do? You got to do what your boss is telling you.
Trade him.
Yeah. Huh?
If they say trade him, you got to trade him. That's your job.
You got to trade him, yeah. And the Boston fans, of course, were very, very upset about that.
That's how you keep your job. Is you listen to your boss. That's how you stay in your marriage. You listen to your boss.
Amen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's what I try to do that the best I can. Now, Helsley was our longest tenured player, 11 years. We drafted him in the 5th round in 2015. He was our longest tenured Cardinal. But now with him gone, Ivan Herrera is the longest tenured Cardinal at 9 years. So I would have thought that. And Herrera, Vince, I think he's the best hitter we got on our big league team right now. He takes good at bats. He's got some pop. He's not the fastest guy in the world, a little above average, I'd say, and he just needs a position. He's not a catcher. The 2 guys we have catching are much better defensively, but they're working him out in left field. He could play first and he can DH. So just giving him more chances to work him into the lineup. So we'll see what happens there. And we recalled, since we lost the bullpen guys, we recalled guys that's been up and down this year. And now's their chance to show the team what they got. And I'm excited about these young guys. Ryan Fernandez, Andre Granillo, who actually had a great year in Memphis, and Rodri Munoz are up to be in our bullpen. Jojo Romero seems to be the closer now, which is fine. He's got 2 saves, and that works me over to our how we've done this week. And Vince, it's not pretty, and I'm going to make this quick. I don't want to bore everybody with it, but since the All-Star break, the Cardinals are 6-11, and that's nothing to be proud of. And we've got the Cubs and the Rockies coming up after we leave Los Angeles. But this week we were 2-4. We played, and you know, the Cardinals. We thought, are we in it? Are we out of it? And we fell flat, and so that's why we're just sort of now going to play these young guys because they didn't play very well. We played the Marlins, and they beat us 2 out of 3. But the Marlins have been playing much better. That team, they're getting better. That's a better team. And then we had a day off, so we won 1 out of 3 against the Marlins. And I tell you what, they got good pitching. They got some good players, and they've got that young kid that was on the All-Star game, Stolzer, I think's his name. My gosh, that's it. And he can hit. Then we played the Padres, and I tell you what, Vince, they're a pro team, and us against them, it was like, I hate to say this, but it was like a AA team playing a pro team. You know, we were like, good night. That lineup, everybody takes good at bats. They wear down your starters. We took 1 out of 3 against them, and I was proud of that because that Padre team, they'd hit the ball a line shot, but it'd be right at somebody or somebody make a great defensive play. We made a few errors. Nolan Gorman is playing third because Arenado's on the IR, but Vince, throwing the ball across the diamond was an adventure. Contreras was laying out everywhere trying to catch the ball and keep his foot on the bag. So we took 1 out of 3 against them, and then we started against the Dodgers. And Vince, there's always a team that's kind of like just somehow can play another team really well. I don't care how good the Dodgers are. The Cardinals usually give them a good run for their money. Last night was so much fun. Sonny Gray, this is how fickle fans are. Sonny Gray had a horrible outing last time. Real hot night in St. Louis. He was throwing. He had to really go to his changeup. Nothing was working for him that night, and the Marlins lit him up. But he stayed out there and he took his lumps. But then last night he went 7 innings and only gave it 1 run. Got a ton of strikeouts. Looked like the Sonny Gray of old. And the fans go from he's done to hey, I'm glad we got Sonny Gray. So they just hop on and off the bandwagons. I'm glad we got Sonny Gray, and every pitcher goes through a few bad ones. And I like Sonny Gray, but we won 3-2 last night. An exciting game. Lars Newbar playing a spectacular play in right field. Herrera's just been hitting the daylights out of the ball all week. He's gotten hot. And as a Cardinal fan, I'm going to stick with my team and look for things that I look forward to next year. And maybe we can be a spoiler. There's nothing better than beating the Dodgers, I tell you that. And sit back and watch the Brewers and the Cubs and all these other teams play and, just have fun. So even though you can't win every year, and the chances of us getting the playoffs are dimmer and dimmer each day, but I'm really enjoyed this year watching these young guys play. So Vince, that's it from St. Louis land, and I'm still having a good time with it.
All right. Well, for Cub news, this is what we got in the trade market. We got Mike Soroka from Washington for prospects Christian Franklin and shortstop Ronnie Cruz. I don't care. I don't care. We picked up another arm for depth. Okay. Taylor Rogers, who was traded from Cincinnati to Pittsburgh for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Pittsburgh then flipped him to us for outfielder Ivan Brethrow and cash consideration. So Taylor Rogers, good pitcher, having a good season, another left-hander in the bullpen. I'm happy with that trade. Then we went to Baltimore and we got former Cardinal Andrew Kittredge, who's having a good year. And we traded him for a prospect, Wilfry De La Cruz, who's an infielder. I was happy with that acquisition too. The trade that I was most happy about is we got super utility player Willie Castro to play second, short, and third, and all three outfield positions. And he can also hit. We got him for pitcher Ryan Gallagher. So I was very excited about that because I was talking about a few weeks ago how inept our bench is. So we got him. And with the trades, Ryan Presley was DFA'd. Vidal Brujan was DFA'd. I think Washington picked him up. Texas, somebody picked him up. Brooks Krischke was DFA'd, and Gavin Holloway and Moises Ballesteros were sent to AAA to get our post-trade roster in order. Now, I'm not angry that we got Mike Soroka. I'm angry that that's all we got for the starting rotation. I know in the playoffs, you need 3 starters and then a great bullpen. I know that. But you got to get to the playoffs, and to get to the playoffs, you've got to have back-end starters who can at least make you competitive. That's what we haven't had. Jameson Taillon, a month before he went on the DL, was crap. Giving up home run. He's a cold weather or wind blowing in pitcher because he gives up so many fly balls. When the weather's nice, hot weather, or the wind's blowing out, J-Mo's going to get lit up. And that's how it is. So I don't really like him as a 4th or 5th starter in the summer. But that's what we're going to have because he will be coming off the DL really soon. Ben Brown has proven he cannot handle the job. He came in last night, pitched 4 innings, only gave up 1 run. Yeah, he will tease you every now and then. Oh, look how good I can. And then he will come in and just go 2 innings and 7 runs. I don't like that. I can't depend on that, okay? Charlie Ray, who started off 8-3 and had an ERA, below 4, he's really crashed down to earth, just like he did last year. Started off really good for the Brewers, in the second half and that's what he's doing for us. So what we have to depend on is Imanaga, Boyd, and Horton, who has been last 3 starts, he has not given up a run. He's been fantastic. But that's 3/5 of your starting staff. You've got to have someone who's slotted in 4th and 5th to make you competitive when you are trying to chase down the best team in baseball. And what did we do? We got Mike freaking Soroka to take one of those starting spots, who has not been good since his rookie season when he was an all-star in 2019 for the Braves. Soroka, his June fastball was averaging 94.4 miles an hour. Decent major league fastball. In July, 92.1 miles an hour. What? What's going on here? Last night, his fastball topped out at 90.8 miles per hour. I'm not a doctor, but I know when you're losing 2 miles an hour on your fastball every few weeks, there's something wrong. And before his last start in Washington, he got an MRI and everything looked good. What happened last night? 2 innings, he blew his shoulder out. Do we know exactly what's wrong? No. But I want to tell you something. I don't care if we did a ball bag and a cleat cleaner. We should be able to have gotten something better than this. Because Jed Hoyer, I don't care what it says that he had an MRI. The fact is he's losing velocity, and you cannot live with a fastball that is Kyle Hendricks. We could have kept Kyle Hendricks for that. So this infuriated me. He was a depth piece at best. And they were saying, well, we think that Tommy Hotovy can fix him like we did Jake Arrieta 12 years ago. JC, that's Jesus Christ. That was catching lightning in a bottle. So you're saying maybe we can catch lightning in a bottle 12 years later. No, that's not going to work. When you are a good team like we are, we went 108 years between World Series victories. We know how hard it is to get to the World Series for us and to win it. When you have this kind of talent on this team, you go all in. Charlie Morton was available. Charlie Morton is a good fourth starter. Charlie Morton can keep you in games, and he's been pitching his head off since the beginning of June. He's been fantastic. Detroit got him for, I don't know, somebody I've never heard of. We got a lot of players in the minors I've never heard of. We could have traded two of those, and they could have got two players I'd never heard of instead of one, and we could have got Charlie Morton. But no, we didn't do that. Merrill Kelly, I don't remember who he went to, Texas. Arizona traded him to Texas. That's who I really wanted. But no, we didn't get Merrill Kelly. Adrian Hauser, who even though he's pitched for the Brewers and he's been in this division forever, he was at least a viable fourth starter that could have taken us through the season. Adrian Hauser got traded. To us, no. And I know the Cubs and the White Sox aren't supposed to trade because they're in the same town. Screw that. Yeah. Screw that. Overpay for him because we don't get shots like this too often. So I am angry. I was livid at this. I have no issues with Rogers or Kittredge. Good additions to the bullpen. I love the Willie Castro deal. But we just awarded Jed Hoyer a 5-year extension. And like I said last week, because I kind of muted myself, Jed Hoyer is really good at finding talent and building a strong farm system. That's his thing. Trades are not his thing. Yeah, when he's having a fire sale like we did when we got rid of the old regime, he's great at doing those trades. But when we really need something, what's he do? Nothing. Mike frickin' Soroka. So, what do we do with the starting staff? I don't know. Ben Brown is going to have to be marched out there in a 6 ERA. Taillon's going to come back. Is Taillon going to keep giving up home runs? I don't know. I hope not. These are hopes and prayers. I'm just saying what I have seen this year, Taillon cannot pitch in warm weather, and Ben Brown cannot be relied on but one good outing every 3 appearances, and that's just not going to cut it. So, Jed Hoyer, you should have earned your damn money with this trade deadline, and you didn't. You dropped the ball. And this was his excuse. Well, the asking price was too much. The asking price was too much. We've won one World Series, in 118 years, we've won one World Series.
Yeah.
You go for it. We are this close. You go for it. You don't say, well, I didn't want to give up Owen Casey. I didn't want to give up Kevin Alcantara. I didn't want to give up Wiggins. I didn't want to give up this guy or that guy or this guy or this guy. They're in the minors. They are trade chips. That's one of the reasons you build a strong minor league system so you can trade when you're this freaking close. The Southern Baptist preacher in me is coming out now.
You got me fired up.
So we needed another above average arm to get us to the playoffs, because unless we really start rolling again, we are not going to catch the Brewers. I've watched enough of them the past couple of weeks. They are for real. They are good. Are we starting to slide? Are we starting to fall apart like we did in 04, like we did in 2017? Well, I shouldn't say 2017 because we did make it to the National League Championship Series, but 18, 19, 20, and then the lean years, are we starting to slide like the old Cubs? Are we starting to fall apart? I think maybe we are. Last night, we're facing Lodolo, who is very good. Left-handed pitcher, very tough to hit. It's 2-2 at this point, okay? We have the go-ahead run at third base in the 7th inning. Swanson hits a, what do they call it, a Baltimore chop to third base. He's going to beat it out. He should beat it out. He ran, and the runner was going to score easily. He missed first base. He missed first base. You've been playing baseball your whole freaking life. How do you miss first base? I don't get it.
And the
So
backs are bigger too now.
initially it was called Safe the Run Scored. The Reds took a look at it, overturned, and then we gave up a run. Ryan Brasher, who hasn't looked so good, gave up a run, and we lose to the Reds 3-2.
Oh.
That stuff like that tells me maybe we're falling apart. We have the lead against Baltimore going into the bottom of the 8th inning, and we give up a 3-run shot and we lose that game. These are things that tell me maybe there's something going wrong. We haven't signed Kyle Tucker. This late into the game, I'm sure he's going to free agency, and I'm sure the freaking Pittsburgh Pirates are going to bid him for us because, by golly, we don't give big contracts like the Dodgers do. We only own a whole block in freaking Chicago, and we only fart in money and wipe our butts with money. Jesus Christ. Sorry for those of you who are Christian. We cannot trust Colin Ray, Jamison Tayo. If Assad comes back, Assad, I don't trust him. He's been injured all year. We can't trust Brant Brown. We have a back-end problem. The trade deadline's behind us. Mike Soroka's on the IL for God knows how long. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. The Brewers got better with Shelby Miller. The Reds got better with Brian Hayes, Zach Littell, and Miguel Andujar. We did not do enough to win this division. Since June 19th, we are a 500 team. And we built that 18 to 20 game cushion above 500. We built it against really good teams when our pitching was doing good. But since then, we've had pitching issues, and they needed to be addressed. A stupid hack like me could see we have to have another arm on this team, another quality arm, at least the 4 starter. I am comfortable if we make it to the playoffs and we have Imanaga and we have Boyd and we have Horton as our top 3 starters. It's do we get to the playoffs that is bothering me? Are we going to slide? Because I want to tell you something. Nobody in Major League Baseball is thinking, oh my gosh, we're facing Colin Ray tonight. Oh my gosh, Jamison Tyon's coming back. What are we going to do? We're in trouble. Assad hasn't pitched for a year, and he's going to take the mound against us. Brant Brown, oh my gosh. Nobody's like, oh gosh, how are we going to win these games? They know if we can get a win in a 3-game series, let's say you're facing Imanaga, Horton, and then pitcher X. All they know is, we only have to win one of those games against Imanaga or Horton or Imanaga, Boyd, whatever combination of the 2. We only need to win one of those games. The 3rd game is ours. If you happen to run into a series where you are facing Horton, pitcher number 4, pitcher number 5, we may sweep this if we can beat Horton. That's where we are as a team. That's why I'm frustrated. That's why I am upset. I promise you, I was not as upset then in the years after the World Series when we kept getting bounced in the playoffs. I was not as upset as I am now because we are this close and we did nothing tangible to make us better to win this division. Before you go to the playoffs, you have to win this division, and this pitching staff cannot match what Milwaukee throws out there. We cannot match what Cincinnati throws out there. Heck, we have a hard time matching what Pittsburgh throws out there. We match what the Cardinals throw out there. But
no offense. I understand.
If Kyle Tucker doesn't get hot and our offense doesn't start scoring a ton of runs, we are in trouble of having a meltdown. And that's why I'm upset. Rant over. As Chevy Chase says in Christmas Vacation, where's the Tylenol?
Oh, this happens to a lot of teams this summer, the heat, the pennant races, and at the end of the year, some bullpens are just overtaxed. And if something doesn't turn around, that bullpen will be just worn out, and then the good teams kind of pull away.
You're starting to see some cracks in our bullpen. We just DFA'd Flexen, who was great for a couple of months, and then it caught up with him. Ryan Brazier, I don't know what's up with him because he's been on the DL for a lot of the year. He should be fresh. And the other day he comes in the game against Baltimore when Gunnar Henderson hit the 3-run home run in the eighth. Brazier walked the first hitter, and I told Kathy, that's going to kill us. That's going to kill us. Late inning leadoff walks kill you.
Oh, yes.
Let the guys hit their way on base, and then 3-run home run, we lose the game. The other day, Palencia gave up a run in that last game against Baltimore. Palencia gave up his first run in I don't know how long. And we were bailed out because Justin Turner hit his first career, I can't believe his first career walk-off home run he hit. And we won that game 5-3. We were 3-3 this week. 3-3 is pretty good. How many times have I got on here the last 2 months? Well, we won 3-3. Well, we won 3-3. I've been waiting to say we've won 5-1. We've won 6-0. We've not had this tremendous block where we've won 8-10 games in a row. We haven't won these 15 out of 18 game streaks. We are a good team.
You are.
But we had a chance to be a team that could have went far in the playoffs, and I think we blew it. I would love to eat these words. I would love for us to have a deep run in the playoffs. I would love for us to win the division. I would love for people to email me and text me, hey, Vince, you were completely wrong. Bring it on. Tell me what an idiot I am. I'm just saying at this moment, from what I see on paper, I'm very disappointed. Rant over again.
That was a great rant, by the way.
Tylenol.
I give you a 10 on the rant.
Oh. So, you know who else is ranting about this?
Oh, he's always ranting about something or other. Jeremy Connor, that guy's on fire.
Connor, match my rant. Comes a time in every man's life when he needs some advice on relationships. You need to listen to the podcast DMDR, which stands for Dating, Marriage, Divorce, Remarriage, from my good friend Jeremy Connor, the Dr. Phil of the Boot Hill. You can find DMDR on Spotify or whatever platform you choose to listen to your podcast. Hey, welcome to the second edition of Ray's Battle Royal, where JJ is going to try to break my face against the cage, make me bleed. His manager is going to throw a chair over the top, and he's going to put it over my foot and do the thing where you smash and fake break the ankle, and then he's going to walk out of the cage the victor.
I don't know about that, but we'll call it the SummerSlam edition since that just happened.
Hey, Vince won last time. Very, it was sort of like the Cardinals playing the Padres right there. He soundly won the first Battle Royal.
Well, you've got angry Vince tonight, so
he got me off his game a little bit. I contraried him. I got him all flustered.
You did.
Hey, can we use pencil and paper? I didn't know if there was math involved or anything, so I got my notes for tonight, but I have a blank sheet here and my pen. Is that okay if I
got the same thing, JJ? Go ahead.
All right. That's cool.
And I've kind of changed up the point system a little bit to try to even it out and make it a little bit more fair. But I came up with it's me, a guy that was born in the 80s, and a guy that was born in the 2000s. We all have a TikTok channel that we do sports top 10 stuff on, and we talk sports, mainly what's going on around the league, not specifically team specific. Even though I chime in on the Cardinals, and there's a San Diego fan, and then there's a Dodger fan, so get a lot of West Coast stuff from them guys. But
what's the name of it? Give it an advertisement. What's the name of your show?
Well, we really don't. We've changed the name twice. We're trying to come up with a decent name that gets us more viewers and gets us more followers or whatever.
Yeah.
It's still work in the progress. So sometimes we just call it the baseball show. Sometimes we call it the top 10 show, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we go on there and we might have, 20 or 30 people just pop in and out and tell us, that's not, your list is wrong or whatever. But a lot of haters, but it is what it is.
Can I give you a name?
TikTok.
A name that might draw a little
Sure.
prize to call it close or optional, and you'll get a few people tuning in.
Writing that down. Close or optional.
You got a name for him, Vince? Throw a name at him.
Mainly it's weekly top 10 in MLB is what we call ourselves, but We do top 10 of like the top 10 plays of the week. We do top 10, you know, whatever. But lately we've been going back and doing top 10 of like of all time stuff or top 10 from the 90s, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The two other guys I go on the live with, they're a little bit younger, so they like to do that kind of stuff, but they don't know much about the 90s or before then. So
Wow. Okay. All right.
it's fun. It's fun. I'm teaching them and they're learning. So, but anyway, the three categories this week are you guys can pick. First one is top 10 loyal players.
Loyal.
That's who loyal, most loyal players in all of MLB over time. The other one we came up with is a top five Cub, top five Cardinal, which is there's really no particular. It's what we came up with. It's our opinion, blah, blah, blah. I know there's probably people that are going to not be on the list that you guys are going to say, oh, how come there's no way that person shouldn't be on there, blah, blah, blah. But that's the other one. And then the last one we just recently did was that MLB strikeout leaders since the year 2000. And that one is like specific. It's like, the stats don't lie on that one. That one is, we researched it and came up with it. But I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to give it a shot and see what you think. But you guys can pick with whichever one of those categories. And I've got a bonus question at the end that's a fun one.
Oh, okay. Well, Vince, you're the champ. You pick the category. I'll be happy with either one.
I want to try that loyal players.
Sounds
All right.
good.
All right.
I got it right here and ready to go.
All right.
All right. So it's in no particular order. All the players are worth 1 point apiece, except for the top two, which is just totally our opinion. Like I said, there may be ones that are more loyal or less loyal, but it's just what we came up with as our 1 and 2 players. They're worth 2 points apiece, and then there's, like I said, a bonus question at the end, which you guys are going to have fun with that one.
Okay. JJ,
right.
You can go first.
All right. Are we talking all-time loyal or just active loyal or
all-time loyal?
All-time loyal.
Yes.
All right.
And this is just our opinion, so if they're
I'm
not
going
on
to
the
say
list,
my answer because I'm going to keep you around a while, so I'm going to elaborate, and then we'll have a little fun with it. But when I think of loyal players, I think of Tony Gwynn, and the reason I think of Tony Gwynn is, he's from San Diego. He could have went and been a free agent and made the big money, but no, he was happy in San Diego. His family was happy there. He's Mr. San Diego, and then after retired, he was the coach of San Diego State. So I'd have to say, when the first guy that popped in my mind was Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn is on our list. And like you
Hey.
said, he was a loyal Padre. He is number 8 on our list. So that's a point for JJ.
All right. All right.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, the first one that popped into my mind is not one of my favorite players. I think he's a tad overrated, but I cannot diminish what he meant to this franchise, the championships, and how loyal he is to the town and the city. My first pick is going to be Derek Jeter.
He is very loyal, but he is not on our list.
Oh. Well, I'm going to start off with the Cardinal, next. And,
Okay.
This guy here went to World War II, came back, played. Now, this before free agency. I think was easier to stay with one team back in those days in the 40s and 50s and early 60s. But
right.
he was general manager, I think, in 64 when they won the World Series. And I think he said, that's it. I'm done. I did what I was supposed to do. And kept coming back. And he represented the Cardinals so well. But you got to go, Mr. Stan Musial.
JJ, that's a point for you. He's number 3 on our list.
All right.
Yeah, you missed the 2-pointer by 1.
All right. I'll take Stan, though.
Yes. And Stan, I believe, was what, 20 years, 21 years?
Well, I know he's a 24-time All-Star, but they used to play 2 All-Star games in a season.
Right.
So I'm not sure exactly how many years he played.
Right.
Okay,
Bench, you're up.
My next player may not be on your list because I think different than other people. played his entire career for the same team, and then went to the front office of the same team. He's still the face of the franchise. George Brett, Kansas City Royals.
Oh yeah.
George Brett is on our list. He's number 9.
I scored! I scored!
You scored, Vince. Good job.
You know, Vince, you're right. When you think of Kansas City Royals, if you took 100 people in a room and said, "What's the first thought? First player you think of?" Everybody, I think everybody would say George Brett. So that's a great answer.
That was. That's a good one.
All right, there's a player I really like, and I think of him with this one team, but I don't know. And I think he was loyal to that team. Of course, this was an oldie guy, an older player a long time ago, but he only played with one team. And when I think of this team, this is the guy I think of. But Walter Johnson and the Washington Senators, I think of him with the Washington
That is
Senators.
a very good guess. He was an honorable mention on our
Honorable
list, but
mention.
He did not make the top 10. But that
I'm
was
a big
good
Walter Johnson guy. He kind of, I don't know how he gets overlooked, but today fans don't really. You think of maybe Bob Feller and Nolan Ryan and Clemens and those guys. But
I think just because he's an older player, he doesn't get the recognition he really deserves.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, my next pick, I am just doing this to get under JJ's skin.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm going to say Ted Williams.
Oh.
Another honorable mention, but no, he is not on our list.
Oh,
that Mr. 400. Not on the list, though.
Not on the list.
Like I said,
well, you know what? I'm going to volley back at Vince. You know, he gave me a volley. I'm going to volley back at him. Vince,
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, Vince is.
We already know.
Yeah, well, you know, and when I think of the Cubs, I think there's an older player I think of, but in my lifetime, I just think he represented that city and that team so well. Classy guy, and we just lost him, Ryan Sandberg.
Good guess, JJ, but no, he is not on our list.
Right.
Nope. Okay. And he was very loyal to the Cubs. I agree. And a great player.
Player.
Yeah, and rest in peace, Mr. Sandberg. It's definitely going to be missed.
I'm going to pick the Cub player that is on the list, Ernie Banks.
You got it, Vince. He's number 5 on our list.
He's a great player. I love Ernie
Great
Banks.
Player.
If I was going to get a Cub jersey, because when I lose my weight, I'm getting back in my jerseys and I'm buying, but I'm going to get the blue modern Cub jersey with Banks on the back. That's what I would get. Because I'd like to get one jersey from every team, and that's the Cubby jersey I would get.
I think either him or Sandberg would be if I did ever get a Cubs jersey. It's probably going to be very rare, but if I did, it would be one of those two.
Yes. All right. You know, this guy, I don't know if he's the captain of the team, but when I think of this guy, he's the only guy that his baseball card doesn't go down or level off. It just all the memorabilia of this one player just keeps climbing. And I'm going to say, and so many kids, this was their hero of that era, but New York Yankee Mickey Mantle.
Very loyal, but he's not on our list.
Not on that list. Okay. All right.
Oh. Well, I think I'm going to go with a guy who should have played his entire career with one franchise, but in the end, he went to another franchise when he should have retired. I'm going to say Willie Mays for the New York/San Francisco Giants.
Not on our list. There's more loyal guys than Willie Mays, even though he was very loyal. But I'm going to give you guys just another little clue.
No, can I go? Because I got an answer.
Yeah, go, JJ, go.
I got that pirate emblem right behind me there. And if you go out to I got PNC on my mind because I've been out there and I love it. But there's so many the wall, the size of the wall, the bridge that you walk across. He played his whole career with one team. He was a humanitarian, one of the greatest arms I've ever seen in the game. But I would go Roberto Clemente and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yes, he's on my list, and he is number 10.
Woohoo! All right, Roberto.
Roberto. Okay. Yeah. See, with the age of the guys, I don't know if this one will be on there that you're working with.
Well,
But
I picked some of the older ones and they picked some of the newer ones. So it's kind of a mix.
okay.
I went with more older and they went with more newer, I guess you'd say.
Okay. I'm going to put this guy on as my next guess, even though he finished his career where he started his career, but with a different team. I'm going to go with Hank Aaron.
Nope, Hank is not on the list.
Man.
I think
Oh,
everybody on our list is team loyal their whole career, if
okay.
that
Okay.
helps.
Okay.
If that helps.
Well, I've got a
And
guy, and he's a modern day player.
oh, okay, good.
It sounds like a Rush song right out the gate. He's very loyal, and he at one time I think he was the best player in the game, and he could have went free agent, but he said, "I want to stay here. I want this team to win," and I love the guy, Mike Trout, and the California Angels, or the Anaheim Angels, or the Angels of Anaheim. No,
No, he's not on our list. He's very loyal, but he just doesn't have the amount of years in compared
oh,
to
more years. Okay,
more years on some of these other guys, JJ.
okay.
Yep,
I'm
yep, yeah. I agree. He's very loyal. He's stuck with them, even though they're not any good. But
He's loyal to a fault.
Loyal to a fault. I like that though.
yeah,
I'm going to go with a modern player. I think your two friends would have agreed with this. The most loyal West Coast player right now is Clayton Kershaw.
not on the list. He's very
Oh,
loyal, but he's not on the list.
oh. Well, I first of all, are they all players, or could they be announcer or
No, these are
managers?
definitely all players. These
Okay,
are all players, and I don't think any of them are active anymore. The rest of the list is not active players.
okay,
So
not
that
active
gives you,
players.
yeah, most of the ones that are on the list are the ones that I came up with. There's two that they came up with.
All right. I'm going to put a little. I'm going to do a little step aside, and this is not my
Mhm.
guess, but one of the guys that when I thought of a team, I thought of this guy, Tone, Tommy Lasorda of the Dodgers. He said, "I bleed Dodger blue." All he did was talk to Dodgers. He was just so, it made you excited. Oh man, the
Right,
Dodgers are
right.
coming. So I just want to send a little love out to him because I don't know if there was another manager that was just married to that team, to his team.
Oh,
Uh,
for sure,
I'd have to
for
think
sure.
about it for a while. But if I'm going to go player, and I'm going to go think about this, a guy who just played forever, was in 10 World Series with this team. I still think of the Jackie Robinson play at the plate, and it's Yogi Berra, where he still claims that he was out at the plate. So I'm going to go with
Right.
Yogi Berra.
Nope, not on the list, JJ, but
Not
very
Yogi.
loyal player.
All right, not Yogi.
I'm going to go with the Yankee, keeping up with this theme, um, simply because the guy was married to Marilyn Monroe. So I'm going to say Joe DiMaggio.
Once again, not on our list, but very
Oh,
loyal, and I
man.
like him. He does hold another
Man.
record on one of our lists. I'm sure you guys know what that is.
Well, oh, yes.
Yeah, you do.
Beats. Like, okay, 56 game hit streak, I guess.
Could be
Um,
56.
all right. Loyal to your team.
Yes,
Loyal to your team. And they played their whole careers with these teams.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me think about this. Well, you know what? A guy who could have left, and they signed him to a long contract, and he stayed there until his contract was over. And I love this guy. He's Canadian. Joey Votto and the Cincinnati Reds. He played his
He's
whole
not
career
on
there.
our list,
No, Joey
JJ.
Votto's
That's
not there.
no, not on the list. Very good guess, though. I
I
like
like
Joey Votto.
Votto. He
I do
walked.
too.
He walked, took a lot of walks. He
He
got on
did.
base.
He did.
Okay. I'm kind of going through teams right now. And
Okay.
so I'm thinking of the Phillies, and I think who would the Philly be that would be um, loyal to the team, played his whole career there. I'm going to go with Mike Schmidt.
Ooh, no, very good guess, but not on
Ah,
our list. He's loyal too. I agree.
That is tough.
It is. That's
Yeah, good Lord. And like Vince says, I'm going through the teams
hmm
and but a lot of guys didn't play their whole career with one team, you know. Shoot. Uh-oh, Vince is excited now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I better come up with one here or I'm sinking fast. All right.
You're leading 3-2
Uh,
still, JJ. You're
oh,
okay.
okay. I'm hanging in there, but
You're hanging.
he's got his 3, 4, and 5
Does.
hitter coming up the next
He does.
bet. So I got to be very, very careful here. Um, shoot. Uh, he played his whole career there, and I guess when I think of this team, I think of this guy. You said guys from a long time ago. It wasn't
Yes.
that long ago, but Colorado, if I think of one guy and he played there his whole career, was Todd Helton, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
That's a very good guess, but nope, not on our list. He's loyal, but he just doesn't have the years in like these other guys, JJ.
Okay. All right.
I think I've got one of your top two.
Oh,
You probably do, Vince.
All right.
Is it Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles?
Kyle Ripken Jr. is number one on our list for being
Yes.
the most loyal baseball player of all time.
That's a
JJ.
great answer.
What took us so long to figure that out?
Very good, Vince. You got double points for that. Take the lead 4-3.
Well,
all right, JJ.
since he's on Baltimore, man, they've got, I think, there's like 4 other guys I think of Baltimore too and loyal, but
Right.
16 Gold Gloves. I got an autograph from him. I love him. Brooks Robinson in the Baltimore Orioles.
Bang, bang, bang. Number 2 on the list, JJ.
Gosh.
That's 2-pointer. Good job. Take the
He
lead
hits a
back.
2-run
5-4.
homer. I come back and hit a 2-run homer.
Very good guesses, guys. I'm glad you finally
Oh, we got hot all of a sudden.
you got there.
They're starting
There's
to roll.
Three players left on the list, guys.
3 players left.
Yep.
This is this guy is very loyal to his team, stayed the whole time, and he fights for his city. So I'm gonna say Yadier Molina.
Very loyal, but not on the list.
Oh,
I know he did play his whole career with the Cardinals, but he did not make our list.
and he wanted to
Not
take
top
on
10.
the whole Cincinnati Reds team for St. Louis. So
Yeah,
He
sure
did.
did. He did. Man, he was a rowdy little fella. I love him. A guy. I've been piggybacking Vince's. He'll say a team, then I'm like, that gives me a little idea. I'm going to go Cardinals, but I'm going to go with probably our most fierce competitor. Played his whole career with the Cardinals, Mr. Bob Gibson.
Very loyal, but not on our list.
Oh man,
I know.
All right, no.
There's
Bob.
a couple guys that are a little bit more loyal than these. You guys have great answers, and yes, they are loyal to their team, but there's just a couple guys that are a little bit more loyal.
Okay.
boy, the obvious choice, but he played for more than one team, is BB Richards. So
If BB ain't on there, this is fake news.
He's honorable mention, Vince. He's
All
honorable
right, all right. That's good. That's good.
mention.
okay.
Yeah, this is a tough category. I'm surprised you guys picked it.
That's fun.
I'm going to go with Jackie Robinson.
Ooh, nope. Honorable mention, not on the list, not in the top 10. He did make our top 20, but
He played 10. I think he only played. I mean, he didn't have a choice, but I think 10 years, 47 to, something like that, 47, 57 or something like that.
Right.
Before they moved out to L.A.
Yep.
Played a long time with one team, and it's very loyal. Stayed there, represented the team good.
Yep.
I don't know. This guy kind of, I think he was the youngest betting champion, and he played his whole career out there. And a gentleman, I met him once, Detroit Tiger, Al Kaline.
Ooh, nope, not on the list, but I like that guess.
I thought that was going to be on the list. I thought, you nailed it there.
Nope, not on the list. Very good guess, though, JJ. I like that one.
Thank you.
These?
I'm going to go back to Boston And I'm going to say Carl Yastrzemski.
Number 4 on the list. Good job, Vince.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yes.
what's the score right now?
It's 5-5. And just to give you guys a little clue, the last 2 guys on the list were picked by our second youngest person in our group. So that might help you guys some.
Second youngest guy.
Yeah, he's in his 40s, so he knows.
Okay. You know, I like this guy a lot, and he's a Hall of Famer. Played his whole career with the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm going to go Robin Yount.
Oh, good guess. That's not on the top 10. Nope.
Okay.
He's in our top 20, though. That's for sure, but not
Robin
top 10.
Yount. Okay.
Not Robin.
I'm going to go a little farther north. Although he had his career shortened, he is a Hall of Famer, and in his prime, he was known as Mr. Twin, Kirby Puckett.
Very good, Vince. Number 6 on our list. He only had a 13-year career, but he did spend it with the Twins the whole time. Okay, Vince takes the lead there. He's up by 1, JJ.
All right.
One question left, and then we got our bonus question.
All right. Hall of Famer, switch hitter. Yep. Early in his career, wasn't a fan because this team was so good. And my grandpa would always say, "Oh, this guy he made some mistakes, but he over his career, great player, and I grown to just adore him as a baseball player." But Chipper Jones, Atlanta Braves.
Tie game. That's our last one on the list.
Oh, and I thought I had the last one. I was.
You got. Wait a minute. You got a bonus question. Who did you have? Somebody on deck you were going to throw out there?
Yeah, it was going to be Milton Bradley.
Good guess. I like that.
Lenny Randall.
All right.
I had Lenny Randall.
Okay, here's the bonus question.
Okay, how do we do this? Ben should get the first shot at this bonus question since it ended with me, so he should get the first shot.
That sounds good. However you guys want to do it, it doesn't matter to me. It's kind of a two-parter. On August 4th, 1982, something happened in baseball that's never happened before. And that was just yesterday, but when you guys broadcast, it'll be the 2 days before. But it was 1982, August 4th. Something happened in baseball that has never happened before. Any guesses on what it was?
1982.
Yep. And this should be right up you guys' alley here for the.
Something happened that has never happened before in baseball.
And I don't believe it's ever happened since.
Well, I have a weird answer.
Okay.
Vince, you want to go first since you get the.
I have no clue. Go ahead. Give your weird answer.
Now, I know this event happened in that around that time frame. Maybe it was 84, maybe, but in 82, I'm going to say the backup catcher steals home, and he ends the game on a stolen base, and the call wasn't called ball or strike. He got in there, and they just said safe. So I'm saying Glenn Brummer still at home, wasn't it?
Nope, that's not the answer. Okay, here's a clue to help you guys out with it. Youngblood.
Oh, okay.
Vince has this.
You got it too. Joe Youngblood was traded between doubleheader games and played. No, was it between doubleheader games? He played for 2 teams in the same day.
That's part of the answer, but that's not what we're looking for. He did something that's in those games that's never happened before.
Got a hit?
He got a hit off of each team.
Ah.
Okay.
Very good, JJ.
Hey, so now, tie. Is that a tie?
So it's a tie, but now here's some more to it.
Okay.
Name the pitchers that he got a hit off of.
Oh my God. Are they known? Are they, if you said these names,
okay. As a matter of fact, they're both in the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
There you go. How you like that?
You go first.
All right. I'm going to say Tom Seaver, and were they starters or it relievers?
Oh, they were starters.
They were both starters. I'm going to say Tom Seaver and Steve Carlton.
JJ, you get 1 point for getting one of them right. Steve Carlton is right.
Okay.
And now there's the other pitcher that he got a hit off of. So JJ's kind of ahead by 1 point here. Vince, you can tie it up, and if you can come up with the other pitcher.
Gaylord Perry.
Nope.
Seaver and Carlton. I'm trying to think of the teams he played for. It wasn't Tom Seaver, and is a Hall of Famer. I thought one of the teams he played for that day was the Mets. What else would the Mets have that would have been a Hall of Famer? Man,
Played for the Mets. He played for the Mets, then got traded to the Expos.
Oh, well, who would have been an Expo that would have been a Randy Johnson? I don't know.
No.
Ryan?
Nope, not Ryan. Vince, you're going to kick yourself in the butt.
Who would have been an Expo that's a Hall of Famer?
Well, no, he played for the Mets and played for the Expos. He got a hit off of the opposing pitcher.
Yeah.
So who were they playing against is what you want to think about.
Oh, okay. And it was Don Sutton?
Ooh, good guess, but no.
No.
Well, I feel bad because you said I'm going to kick myself in the butt, which made me think, what Cub Hall of Famers were pitching for the Cubs in '82, and I think that's the season that Fergie Jenkins went back to Chicago.
Very good, Vince. Fergie Jenkins and Steve Carlton were the two pitchers he got a hit off, and both are now in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
so I'm going to call this it's a tie basically. You both got counted out of the ring. 10-second count out, I guess.
That was good. Great questions. I like that. It made us think. And man, I was running through my Rolodex of players and everything. That was good.
Yep. And like I said, it's just stuff that us three have come up with, and it's just totally our opinion. There's other ones that are on the list that probably you guys noted that should be on there, but that's just the ones that we put in our top 10. But thank you guys for having me, and
Thank you.
Hope you had fun with that one.
And let me put this shout out to people. If you want to be on this and make this 3-person contest, let us know. I know that there's some people that have what's his name? Corby. He played us really tough in trivia. So anybody who wants to jump in here, and we'll figure out a prize for next week, okay? Or for next month, okay?
Sounds good, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ray.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks
Ray.
for having me again, guys. You guys have a good evening.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
That was fun. Ray does a great job. And I want to tell you something. I thought when I had Cal Ripken Jr., that would have raced Baltimore, because I had earlier thought of Brooks Robinson. And I thought, nah, he's not quite up there with some of the other people. So I didn't think he'd be on there. And then you did Brooks Robinson, got the two, and it was like, oh, wow. So like we said, you want to be on this, let us know. Come on,
we'll have fun.
We there are people out here that are going to trounce us in this. I know. And we'll think of a prize for next week and together, and we'll start giving out prizes and make it a monthly thing.
Oh, that'll be fun. I look forward to that.
Thank you, Ray. JJ.
Yes, sir.
I have baseball cards again.
Hey, all right.
1989 score, photo quality player cards, and trivia cards.
Oh, I like that set. That's a very good set. I went with the new stuff, 2025 Tops with Otani on it, Series 2. Now, this is a thicker pack, so I'm going to just pick out the top half and do that. So 2025 Series 2 with Otani on it.
All right.
You want to go first? I bet I'm going to say you're going to hit it. You're going to get 3 Hall of Famers in there.
I'm saying 0.
Oh,
I'm sure the baseball guys are mad at me for that rant.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Oh, left fielder for the Reds. Good career, Cal Daniels.
nice player.
Oh, former Cub pitcher pitched a shutout in his major league debut, and then did absolutely nothing after that. Jeff Pico.
I remember the name. That's all.
Yep. Mariners catcher Dave Valley.
You know what? When I think of until what team is that? The Mariners?
Mariners, yes.
Until Kyle Riley came along, if I thought Seattle catcher, it was Dave Valley.
Yeah, double-digit home runs. He had some pop. Good
Yeah,
job.
he was there a long time.
Former Rookie of the Year for the A's. I think he also played for the Mets and the Rockies. Shortstop Walt Weiss.
Very good player. Part of those Tony La Russa A's.
Oh, this guy had a gun and he could also hit. And great player. Just didn't have a long enough career. Blue Jays right fielder Jesse Barfield also played for the Yankees.
Yes. Very good player.
Oh, I've never heard of this guy.
Oh,
Ricky Horton.
Classy guy. I love Ricky Horton. Dodgers and the Cardinals, and I don't know. I think he played White Sox maybe or something like that, didn't
Ah, never heard of
he? Good broadcaster.
For 1973, Ryan sets strikeout mark. There's the hologram.
Yes. Ooh.
Kind of spooky.
It was.
Former Giant, starting pitcher, one-time All-Star, Scott Gereltz.
Okay. Don't know much about him.
Mariner DH, guy had a lot of power. Ken Phelps.
Oh yeah, yes. George Costanza's dad chewed out Steinbrenner on the Seinfeld show, and he yelled about Buhner and Phelps and a lot of McGee. He was chewing him out, and that was one of the guys he mentioned.
Uh, this one of the real characters in baseball. Pitcher for the Red Sox, Oil Can Boyd.
Oh yes, I love the Oil Can.
White Sox pitcher Bill Long.
Well, yes, I thought you were going to do a dad pun there.
Jay, I'm above that.
I'm sorry.
Padres pitcher, now Padres color commentator, Mark Grant.
That's right. He hasn't got any hair anymore.
Nope.
Bald man.
Looks like a roll-on. Yep. What's a roll-on? Yeah.
Old school.
Very good player, former All-Star, White Sox right fielder, the late Ivan Calderon.
Yes. They expected him to be a big superstar. Nice player. I went to Kaminsky Field when I was up at in the Navy at I can't think of the base right now, but I would take the train down and go to Wrigley or Kaminsky and watch games. And Calderon was a big star, him and Carlton Fisk for the White Sox at the time.
Yeah, great player. White Sox center fielder, Dave Gallagher.
Yes.
Are you getting ready to smash a watermelon? 1989 rookie, Mets pitcher, David West.
Oh, yeah, he was supposed to be a big star.
One Hall of Famer. 1989 rookie. This is before the long hair. Randy Johnson.
Oh, yes. Had control problems back then.
I don't know anything about it. I just do it because I like it. Is a rookie card from Score of Randy Johnson worth anything?
I don't think so, because that's the Wax Packs years where they just made too many. They're not rare. They're all over the place. Maybe
That's
if
why
it got graded a 10. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and finally, 1989 rookie, Royal third baseman Luis De Los Santos. Do not remember him at all.
No, I don't remember him. So
I don't remember him. And in 1989, I was living in Kansas City.
89.
Shows what a mark he made. One Hall of Famer?
That's all right. Well, my guys are 2025, so maybe we'll have some possible Hall of Famers. We'll check. Right. First is the Colorado Rockies team card. So they're all lined up in purple. That's right. For the firing squad. They Ramon your a Baltimore Oriole, Ramon Uris. That's who that is. He's a third baseman. I don't know. I've never heard of him. So anyway, that's him. Oh, Johan Duran from the Twins, but he's not there anymore.
Oh, no, no. Got
He,
traded.
he's known for his walk-in song. It sounds like Hell's Bells, and then it goes into something else, and the crowd goes wild. And they had these digital spiders walking across the outfield and stuff. It's pretty wild, Vince. It's like WWF stuff.
He went to Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. This is yo I can't say his name. Kirk, the catcher from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Alejandro Kirk.
That's it. And Vince, I'm not excited about those uniforms. It seems like Topps is putting those City Connects. That is not one of my favorite City Connects. It's just one color.
He looks like he's in his pajamas.
Yeah, he's out there playing relaxed. Let's see. Texas Takers, great. And I don't know. This is, I guess, at the All-Star game, all the guys in the home run derby.
Right that's
very
cool.
nice. That is nice. The Texas flag in the background. All right, help me out with this guy. It looks like he's a left fielder. He's a Cub, Alexander Canario.
Nario, he's not a Cub anymore.
Not a Cub anymore. That's the thing about baseball cards.
I don't know where he's at now.
Well, they take these pictures in spring training or last year, and then they put them on the cards this year, and a lot of guys are already gone. Yankee Trent Grisham, right there. Nice player.
There you go.
Yeah, very nice. Let's see. Oh, you mentioned this guy a while ago, and this is his rookie card. It's the Topps rookie card. Imanaga, your pitcher Imanaga. And it looks
There
like
you
he's
go.
coming onto the field. I don't know. He's doing some dance moves or something like that. I like this guy. He's got a lot of personality on the field, and he's a fun-loving guy. Oh, the big dumper. There he is. What a season he's having. Possible MVP, a catcher. Man, that's hard. That's a hard position. Plus, he's hitting all those home runs. Let's see. Cardinal at one time, a second-time Tiger, Jack Flaherty.
Yeah.
There he is, winding up. A big part of this Tiger team that could go pretty far. They've looked fantastic. Let me see. Oh, here's a Houston Astro, Christian Javier. Picture right there. I like those Astro jerseys. Not as fun as the rainbow ones from the 80s. Let's see. Oh, Blake Snell, a Dodger. Boo. Anybody but the Dodgers is my motto this year. I would love it to be us, but I'm hoping in the American League it's Texas. Here's a kid. I think he's a rookie. Yeah, he's a rookie. Isaac Collin, a left fielder for the Brewers. So I won't hold it up there long, Vince. So I don't want you going on a rant. So I'm going to put that down really soft right here. Matt McClain, the guy who took over. He's the guy that the Reds traded India to the Royals, which was a good move for them, but to give this guy a chance to play, and he's done it. I think
He's done good.
Yeah, he's done pretty good. The Tigers picked up Gleyber Torres from the Yankees, and I tell you what, he's had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
There he is celebrating, I guess, a home run coming across the plate. Ranger, Kumar Rocker, one of their bullpen guys. I believe he's a bullpen guy, and that's his rookie card too. He's been a big part of their success this year. And finally, I got one more card here. It's Summer Superstars. I've never seen this style, but it's the one, the only Paul Skeens in the City Connect jersey right there. Very good.
Wow, that looks like I took some of Doc Ellis's LSD.
Hey, yeah, you're right.
I'm ready to go, dude.
Hey, there's 3 Joe Morgans up there.
Throw it the one in the middle.
That's right.
I love the tombstone when he's got a curly bill in the road or in the street, you know, because he just shot oh Fred White, and so then the Thomas Hayden Church character comes out there, and um, oh, Val Kilmer comes out there, and Thomas Hayden Church says to him, drunk piano player probably seeing double. So he pulls out both guns. Then I'll shoot both of you.
That's a great movie. That's an all-time classic.
That is great. That's awesome. So, yeah. Sunday night, Rebecca and her boyfriend Brendan, they just drove in for the night to spend the night, and then they were driving back to Memphis. And yeah, Brendan's a little excited. He said, "Yeah, last time I was here, because he's a Brewers fan, he's been on here before. He said, last time I was here, you said, boy, I thought we'd be fighting you for first place instead of the Cardinals." He said, "A little different now."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it's a little different now. So, all right. Well, hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the rant, or if you were offended by it, just never. I seldom rant like that, but
No, you were great. I loved it. It's came from a real place. That was great.
yeah. So yeah, I pulled emotions from so many different places. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to go now and see my therapist. So thank you all. We will see you all next week. Okay. Bye bye.
Take care.